the side of the Earth closest to the Moon and weakest on the opposite side. This difference in gravitational force creates a tidal force, causing the oceans to bulge out on both the side facing the Moon and the side facing away from the Moon. Here are the main consequences of these lunar tides: high and low tides. As the Earth rotates, different coastal areas pass through these bulges of water, resulting in the regular rise, high tide, and fall, low tide, of sea levels. Most coastal regions experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides each day. Tidal currents. The movement of water associated with the rising and falling tides creates tidal currents in coastal areas, estuaries, and bays. These currents can be significant and affect navigation and sediment transport. Spring and neap tides. The sun also exerts a gravitational influence on Earth's tides, although it is less than half that of the Moon. When the Sun, Earth, and Moon align, during the new moon and full moon, their gravitational forces combine to create higher high tides and lower low tides, known as spring tides. When the Sun and Moon are at right angles relative to the Earth, during the first and third quarter moons, their gravitational forces partially cancel each other out, resulting in smaller tidal ranges called neap tides. Biological rhythms. Many marine organisms have evolved biological rhythms that are synchronized with the lunar tidal cycles. For example, some species time their reproduction, feeding, and migration patterns according to the tides. Coastal erosion and sedimentation. Tidal forces play a significant role in shaping coastlines through erosion and the deposition of sediments. Tidal currents can transport sand and other materials, forming features like sandbars, mudflats, and salt marshes. Navigation. Mariners must consider tidal heights and currents for safe navigation, especially in shallow waters and narrow channels. Tidal predictions are crucial for shipping schedules and harbor operations. Energy generation. Tidal energy is a renewable energy source that harnesses the power of tidal currents and the rise and fall of water levels to generate electricity. Mixing of water. Tides contribute to the mixing of water in estuaries and coastal areas, which can affect salinity, temperature, and nutrient distribution, influencing marine ecosystems. Potential influence on Earth's rotation. The friction between the moving tidal bulges and the Earth's rotation very gradually slows the Earth's spin. This also causes the Moon to slowly move further away from Earth. Okay, let's delve into more details about lunar habitation, or lunar settlement in English. This is a fascinating and complex topic with many aspects to consider. Why lunar habitation? The potential drivers. Scientific research. A permanent lunar base would provide unparalleled opportunities for studying the Moon's geology, history, and potential resources. It could also serve as a platform for astronomical observations without Earth's atmosphere. Resource utilization. The Moon is believed to hold valuable resources such as water ice, potentially for drinking water.
Claro, aquí tienes mi respuesta anterior sobre la habitación lunar en inglés.
Okay, let's delve into more details about lunar habitation, or lunar settlement in English. This is a fascinating and complex topic with many aspects to consider. Why lunar habitation? The potential drivers. Scientific research. A permanent lunar base would provide unparalleled opportunities for studying the Moon's geology, history, and potential resources. It could also serve as a platform for astronomical observations without Earth's atmosphere. Resource utilization. The Moon is believed to hold valuable resources such as water ice, potentially for drinking water, life support, and rocket propellant. Helium-3.
Decime las fases de la luna en inglés, pero...
Claro, aquí tienes las fases de la luna en inglés, detalladas con más de 20 palabras cada una.
New moon. This is when the Moon is not visible from Earth because the sunlit side is facing away from us. The Moon is positioned between the Earth and the Sun, and it blends into the daytime sky. Waxing crescent. Following the new moon, a tiny sliver of the Moon becomes visible and grows larger each night. The term waxing signifies that the illuminated portion is increasing as it moves towards the first quarter. First quarter. At this stage, exactly half of the Moon appears illuminated from our perspective on Earth. The right half of the Moon is lit up in the northern hemisphere, marking a quarter of the way through the lunar cycle, waxing gibbous. After the first quarter, more than half of the Moon is illuminated, and this continues to increase each night. The term gibbous describes a shape that is more than a semicircle, but less than a full circle, full moon. This is when the entire face of the Moon, visible from Earth, is illuminated by the sun. It's a bright and often prominent sight in the night sky, occurring roughly midway through the lunar cycle. Waning gibbous. Following the full moon, the illuminated portion starts to decrease. The term waning indicates that the lit area is shrinking as it progresses towards the last quarter, third quarter, or last quarter. At this point, again, exactly half of the moon is illuminated from our viewpoint. This time, the left half of the moon is lit up in the northern hemisphere, signifying 3/4 of the lunar cycle have passed. Waning crescent. In the final stage before the new moon, only a small sliver of the moon remains illuminated, and this sliver continues to shrink each night until the moon becomes invisible again, completing the cycle.
Subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and leave a comment to see any interesting parts of this video. See you in the next video.